Year's Eve dinner at the Brick. Be it with friends, your staff, or family, let the Brick do all the work to make it a rousing success.
We'll see you at the Brick, where things are happening west of the beach.
I need to control internet usage in my office.
Do you want to pay a fee for every user?
No.
Do you want to pay extra to protect remote users?
No.
How about a product that's difficult to install and use?
No.
Offshore or automated phone tree support okay?
No.
Then yes, we can help.
The Barracuda Web Filter. Content filtering, application control, and malware protection with no per-user fees. Available as a hardware appliance, virtual appliance, or as a cloud service. And live humans to answer your calls. Try Barracuda Web Filter free. Go to barracuda.com/yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
About what?
I can't wait to be a VIPP.
A what?
A VIPP.
Okay, I've heard of a VIP, but what's a VIPP?
Oh, come on. A VIPP at DSP?
All right, now I'm really confused. Are you speaking in text language or something?
No. It's a very important park person at Delaware State Parks. Annual passes are now available online or at any state park office. And I want to be the first to get one so I can enjoy camping, fishing, hiking, beaches, history, free concerts, boats, free bikes. Woo!
Okay, now I've got it. You want to be a VIPP at DSP ASAP.
Show off.
Delaware State Parks has over 15 parks to choose from. Visit destateparks.com to purchase your annual pass or visit any park office at Delaware State Parks where they give you the VIPP treatment. Get your annual pass so your family can enjoy camping, fishing, hiking, and more. Visit destateparks.com or Delaware1059.com. Keyword parks for more info. One pass, many places, Delaware State Parks.
The comments, views, and opinions expressed on the air at Delaware 1059 are those of the hosts, callers, and guests, and not those of staff, management, or advertisers at Delmarva Broadcasting Company.
Delaware 1059, Fran the Man with you here on this Saturday morning. Sun's coming up nicely. Actually, Norm, can you do me a favor and just get that shade a little bit there? So
take a little light out of the opulent studio.
Yeah, it's a little bit too opulent. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. There's just basically like about a half an hour in here where it just hits a certain angle and basically completely blinds you.
Yeah, I don't have that issue when I start.
I think you're just acting like one of those big city, big name broadcasters and needing something to complain about.
I'm not going there.
Good choice.
I'm not going there.
Good choice.
Can we? No. Let's not go
down.
Talking about
Duck Dynasty.
uses for kitty litter.
No.
Duck Dynasty. Oh my goodness! Please.
Oh yes.
They're in the
please.
news.
Well, I think they're going to do a new show. It's going to be Duck Dynasty on Ice. And
Okay.
Brian Boitano is going to be their skating coach.
There you go.
You know he was gay?
That's,
Brian Boitano?
Really?
I'm shocked.
Really?
I don't know who it is. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
That wasn't in today's lesson.
Yeah, I don't know how figure skating is going to cope with that.
Oh,
is he leading our delegation to Russia?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So,
skating away on the thin ice of a new day, huh?
yeah, something like that. That would be interesting. Yeah, we should think up new Duck Dynasty shows.
I understand that many Walmarts have sold out of the Duck Dynasty merchandise.
They have. No duck stuff. And, of course, they said that the clan is not going to proceed with any filming unless Phil is involved.
Mm-hmm. They actually have filmed some of the new season, which starts in January, and he will be in those episodes that have already been filmed. And one of the ironies of this is that A&E doesn't even produce the program. It's a separate company that produces the program for A&E.
Yeah, and then they buy.
Yeah. So all they're doing is buying. So they really can't say that other than, if it comes in with him in it, they could say that we're not going to air it. But isn't that cutting your nose off to spite your face?
I guess they're just going to sit on things for a couple of months and then
14 million viewers.
It's big. It
is the biggest cable TV show there is.
It's bigger than wrestling. It's bigger than the Mad Men and Breaking Bad.
Really? I read a little bit of the backstory before they became Duck Dynasty, and you see their family pictures and stuff on this one. I don't know his website I happened to run across. and they're all at the beach, and you don't recognize any of them because they're all dressed in yuppie attire. They're all clean-shaven, short hair. They all look like, right out of the city, and I guess then they hit Duck Dynasty and let the beards grow and the camouflage come, but apparently that wasn't the lifestyle before they became Duck Dynasty.
One of the ironies is they found a clip of Phil, and he was talking to a church, and they were, the whole thing behind finding this clip is, look how terrible this is. Well, it turns out that what he was reading was from Paul's epistle to the Romans.
Right. Yeah.
So.
I don't know. The other thing is I find ironic is that remember the lovely and talented Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh yes.
He basically said the same thing in one of his skits.
Really?
And would sell out major stadiums.
Yeah. Well, look at what Bobby Jindal, who's the governor of Louisiana, their home state. And, I got to say, here we tout Miley Cyrus.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And the crap that she does on all these different things. Nobody's talking about banning her videos or anything else, and what is having a worse effect on society? Phil speaking what he believes is the truth, or Miley, shaking and gyrating.
Easy, big fella. We'll have to hose him off.
I'll tell you what, as everybody knows, I'm a flaming heterosexual.
Really?
I get.
Is that what that is? I've been seeing from you.
I get nothing from her.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't get it either.
From her.
Well, I think part of the reason I don't get anything from her is that I think of her as a tween when she was on Disney, and the idea of her and the term sex don't match. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh.
Flat out, I don't think she's very attractive. That's the bottom line.
But,
8391059. Let's go to the phones. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning. Well, there's a couple things. I was listening to Susan partially. I didn't hear everything she said about the duck guy, which I tried to watch it once, and to be honest, it didn't interest me, and I have nothing against him or what he says. I think if he's promoting family values, I'm all for it. But she sort of indicated that they were backwards and backcountry people and, uneducated. And she didn't say it literally like that, but I just heard he had a bachelor's in education.
Yeah.
So he's probably equal to to her, to Zuma or whatever her name is.
Yeah, actually,
I heard that before, that they were educated. And,
he went to Louisiana Tech, and actually, he was star quarterback, and Terry Bradshaw was his backup.
Right.
So
and Terry Bradshaw said, I think if that guy hadn't left, he wouldn't have been in the position he was in, which I don't watch football, so I'm pretty stupid about that. But
that's okay. Doesn't make you a bad person.
I know.
Don't
and
feel
you know
bad.
what? When it happened, I keep thinking, how come everybody that says anything that isn't liberal, is condemned? They can't have their own thoughts, their own ideas, their own beliefs. But we see things offensive to, conservative people all the time, and nobody does anything about it. It's because we don't have all these big, organizations, and the GLAD and all, and not just them, but other ones. Everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Nobody should be going around insulting people, but if you have a belief, aren't you allowed to believe what you believe? Do they have to control our minds now? I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, the other thing is where this gentleman came from. Are you shocked that this statement came out of his mouth?
Well, that's what they said. What else? And then that Piers Morgan, I didn't see all of it, but he's there. I thought, why don't they send him back to England and lock him up or
cancel
something?
his visa?
Yeah,
he's such an idiot. Yeah. But anyway, that's my thought. And when I heard her saying that, I said, wait a minute. I was pretty sure that I heard that they were not, that they did have education. And then they said it the other day. And I thought, there you go. He's not a backwards man. He's a backwoods man, yeah, but he's not backwards. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got a pretty gosh darn good company.
Well, I'm glad that people are rallying behind them because, we're just getting stomped on. I just like the Chick-fil-A guy. I thought they would have more trouble here when they came. And I said to a friend of mine who happens to be gay, and I love her. I mean, we're good friends. And I said, isn't he allowed to think what he, believe what he believes? If that's his belief,
right.
Well, he should be able to say it. I mean, why do we have to watch every word we say? You can't say anything without getting in trouble anymore, which I do a lot.
I got to bite my tongue sometimes in here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, well,
right,
I hope you get fish in there, and thank you, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.
You too, and thank you very much for the call. Enjoy
Bye.
the rest of the day. Hope you do get ready for the big holiday. I kind of have a feeling traffic is going to be a nightmare today.
Why?
The outlets Saturday.
Oh,
why would anybody want to go to the outlets this late, huh?
Because it's a beautiful day at the beach.
Well, people that haven't had a chance to get out. Like I said, the last 2 weekends, the weather's been, this
last weekend was not that bad. It rained Saturday night into Sunday.
Well, you know how people are. They don't want to go out in the rain. They think they'll melt. I don't know. Maybe I'll just pull on the beach and then just drive on the beach all the way down.
There you go.
Avoid
Route
1 completely.
Yeah. Start at Cape Henlopen and just keep going down.
Yeah. I do have to get off at Rehoboth though, but I can just cruise through Rehoboth, and then that'll dump me down to Dewey, and then get back on a key box.
I want to see you drive across the inlet.
That'll be tough. That'll be a Evel Knievel-ish kind of thing.
Well, they'll be reporting about you in the news, yes. And Fran, who tried to drive across.
Talk about uneducated people.
Yes.
This guy tried to drive.
Local village idiot.
Yeah. That'd be an application in the paper looking for a new village idiot, right?
There you go.
Ours tried to clear the inlet in his truck.
Yeah.
We need a new one now.
Awesome.
Yes.
7:45 here. Sun's coming up. 839-1059 is the phone number if you want to chime in this morning. Let's see what else is going on that I wanted to talk about here. Either of you guys go to Target?
No, and I didn't use my credit card there either. Thank goodness.
Here's the irony. My daughter actually used her debit card there.
Hello.
Really? So she's checked her statements, nothing yet. However,
they're saying just get a new card.
The other thing is, I think we need to also check her credit report.
Yeah,
because there's a big problem with kids having their identity stolen, and then by the time they get to be 18, they go to apply for credit or something and find out, they're all these things that they never did on their credit report. So I think we're going to do that. And but yes, she did buy a couple things on her debit card on Black Friday.
Like caramba.
And so far, no charges. But see, I'm not as concerned about the charges as I am the identity theft aspect of it.
Right, sure. right.
Plus, and nobody has said this, so maybe I should or shouldn't. But, Target also owns another store, and nothing has been said about that particular store. Target, the company that owns Target, owns Kohl's.
No, I haven't heard anything about it. They said it was specifically Target was the target. Okay.
Well, that's a target if you
really
look at it that way.
All right, 7:47. We're going to take a break here, but we'll be back in a few. Delaware 105.9.
In a world where big voices dominate and the message is often tedious and one-sided, now comes a new story told by a new voice, a voice the world has been waiting to hear.
Yours. Because we think talk radio means you get to talk on the radio. What a concept, huh? We're live and local all day, every weekday. We and you are Delaware 105.9.
Breezy and warm today with clouds and some sun. High 64 on the beach to 69 inland. Mostly cloudy, breezy, and mild tonight. Areas of late-night fog, low down to 59. Cloudy, windy, and unseasonably warm tomorrow with a shower around in the afternoon. high 67 on the beach to 72 inland, and still mild on Monday with a soaking rain, high 59. I'm meteorologist Steve Travis in the Delaware 1059 Weather Center.
Okay, so, masseuse.
Here.
Captain? Aye. Ship entertainment. Shore excursions? Ship? Well, Carnival folks are all here. So, what are you doing?
Let Bethany Travel help you with your next cruise. Carnival Pride sails from Baltimore featuring 7-night cruises to the Bahamas and Caribbean. Give Bethany Travel a call now for more details.
Carnival. Fun for all for fun.
Ships registry, the Bahamas and Panama.
That's right. Contact Bethany Travel at 800.
Hey, Fran. Yep, we're all set up, ready to go. Give me a mic check here. Okay, we are at Weller's in Bridgeville.
Weller's Utility Trailers.
We're at Weller's Utility Trailers in Bridgeville. We were going to go to Weller's in Bridgeville, but we decided on Weller's Utility Trailers. So, and we're live. This is not taped.
Need more info? Go to dreamvacationinc.com or call 800-806-8747.
Let's see.
Oh boy, 14 to 22 inches of snow. Come on, baby, let it snow.
What do you mean let it snow? We'll be stuck in this house, and you're going to be the one shoveling the
Sounds good, you knuckleheads.
What the hell? Snow, baby, snow.
Everyone can celebrate this
Knuckle not spelled right. All right. Good morning, Fran, Walt, and Norm.
It snows at least 1 inch at the OC Airport on New Year's Day between noon and midnight. So whether you find the perfect engagement ring, buy your mother and/or a keepsake bracelet, or surprise your wife with breathtaking diamond earrings, or even spoil yourself with that Movado watch you've had your eye on, Park Place Jewelers will cut you a refund check for the full purchase price, excluding sales tax. So what's the catch? That's easy. Nothing. It's Park Place Jewelers' fun and crazy way of saying thank you to their large, extended family and an invite for you to see why Park Place Jewelers is unlike any jeweler you've ever been to before. So get into Park Place Jewelers today to get your loved ones what they really want this holiday season. And maybe you'll get what you really want, a zero credit card balance. More at parkplacejewelers.com.
This Friday morning, 5:30 till 10, it's the Dan Gaffney Show live at Jimmy's Grill in Bridge. Outlet Liquor Beach and the Rusty Rudder of Dewey Beach.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Bridgeville and their Big Red Barn. I want to invite you to come on out to Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville Friday mornings to watch Made from Scratch Radio with my good friend Dan Gaffney. 5:30 to 10 every Friday morning. We'll be there, and check me out at Wellers.com.
Jeff Balk joins us from Snyder's Candy in Rehoboth Beach.
Hey, this is Colin Walls from Walls Service Center and BringMeGas.com, and I'll be at Jimmy's this Friday morning. Come and join us.
And we'll talk real estate with Bob Wheatley of Alliance Real Estate Professionals and the Whalen Group. Andy Cannon of the George Sherman Corporation talks plumbing, heating, propane, and oil delivery. Join my great group of sponsors and listeners live at Jimmy's Grill for breakfast this Friday morning right here on Delaware 1059.
More 1059, friend of man with you. All right, let's see. Real quick, just want to tell you what's going on. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we've got our friend Jim Weller and Colin Walls. They're going to be doing their little Saturday show live from Weller's Utilities in Bridgeville. They're going to be doing that live, not taped.
And if you lived in Bridgeville, you'd be home now. So since you're home, you might as well stop by and check it out.
Why wouldn't you? And then at 9 o'clock, we've got the Money Guys. And then at 10 o'clock, we've got Matt Krim and his show, Mortgage Matters. So you stay tuned and give that a listen. Then at 11 o'clock, I believe, Jarrett Morris will grace us with a show, I think. I'm not sure, but I think. So all good stuff on a Saturday, on a beautiful Saturday. Hope you get out and enjoy it. Maybe you're doing your last-minute tree shopping. From what I understand, a lot of trees have been selling in the area, but there were a couple of places that I went by that looked like they still had some real nice trees available. So if you are a late one, You know what? Are you a live tree or a fake tree kind of person?
No, I'm a like put a candle in the window, plug it in. Hey, the light works. I'm great.
Very
I'm
good.
sorry. I just
Uncle Walt, what do you got working?
We have a fake tree that we bring down from the attic every year. My wife decorates it along with the kids. I put my obligatory one ornament on so that I can say I participated. And
get a certificate and go home, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's your sticker.
Microphone.
Yeah.
No, actually, it doesn't matter. Whatever's available in the box.
Yeah.
So, but we actually did something this year we haven't done for a few years. We actually put some lights outside, though they probably could be a little neater, but that's okay. At least, next year we'll work on style. This year we worked on form.
Yeah, there was one thing I saw on Facebook. It was like the laziest guy, and it was just
This wasn't about me, was it?
It was a picture of a ball of lights, and he literally just had it hanging on his front door.
I said I could do that.
Yeah. And another one I saw was very nice. This guy had all kinds of lights and stuff on his house, and the guy next door just had a row of lights that said "Ditto." Yeah, some people go all out, some people don't. I just, I like, what I like? I like the one candle in the window.
Yes.
In every window.
Oh, well, yes.
What color?
White.
Yeah.
White?
Yeah. It's plain white. As a matter of fact, on Route 14, there's a house right near the studio that does that. And it's an older house, and it sits back a little bit. And let's see, there's 3, 6, 9 windows up front, and they all have a candle in it. And then there's a couple on the side. And it looks sharp.
Yeah.
I think that's all you really need. It's just enough. They probably have something like a wreath or something in the window, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. You don't want to go wandering up there looking.
I try to keep my eyes on the road at 4 o'clock in the morning,
right.
as opposed to off to the side, other than my peripheral vision looking for the deer that's waiting to get a hold of me.
I haven't seen too many this year, to be honest with you.
Did I tell you about the one that actually ran into our minivan?
No.
Went into the back window of the minivan and shattered it. This, according to my wife, it had a rack on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Like a 14-point rack or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But of course, when the
wife's-
trooper showed up, he couldn't find the deer.
No deer, no fur, no nothing. Yeah. Yeah. But there was a pole that was miraculously bent in the same place. That had nothing to do with it, right? It was already like that.
No. But I got to say, my son did a great job. I did a little bit of helping, but he did most of the work in replacing it.
Yeah.
There you
We found a guy that got us a replacement window for $125. And we called one place. They're like, well, yeah, if you get the window, we can put it in, but it'll take an hour or two. It took him less than 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, basically 2 screws and then popping the little thing that pops it out off to put it on the new window and
Gotcha. Well, saved you some money.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Nothing wrong with saving money. I like do-it-yourself projects.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to remind you, since I got a minute or so here before we break, we got Franny's Audio Yard Sale coming up tomorrow. If you haven't found that gift yet, if you're looking for something, give us a call. Maybe all of a sudden you got a last-minute request and you can't find it anywhere, and it's something obscure, something weird.
I actually do have a last-minute request.
Yeah?
But I've not been able to find it anywhere. My wife keeps asking for a pound of 50s sliced thinly. You know where I can get that?
No, but if you give me a call tomorrow at 839-1059 between 11 and 12,
all right.
We'll throw that out and see if anybody has what you're looking for.
All right.
If you just get a state credit card, you can do the same thing.
Yeah. That's true.
I never thought about that.
It's not-
Actually, she has one, but
Diana.
she wouldn't dare use it that way.
Yeah, well.
I'm looking for a...
Well, apparently after you do, you get a long extended medical leave, and you still get on the payroll.
Yeah. At $96,000 a year.
I
Yeah.
promise.
My wife would love to have a
not use
$96,000 a year job, and she's honest.
Football
And not have to show up.
games,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For lunches, for dinners.
You didn't win the Mega Millions, Fran, so relax. I couldn't believe after all the talk how big it was, and it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's not a small amount of money, but two people won, and the lady who took the cash got like 138. Don't get me wrong, 138 million. I could give by on a lot less because I do.
You haven't heard the whole story.
So what's the rest of it?
She, A, picked her own numbers, and 2, only bought one ticket.
One ticket.
One, that's all it takes.
Only takes
there
one.
You go.
Exactly. All right, we got the top of the hour coming up. And we've got Jim Weller and Colin Walls coming to you live from Weller's Utilities in Bridgeville. Stay tuned for that. Delaware 105.9. We'll be right back.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
Good morning. It is 7:59. I'm Walt Barkus in the Delaware 105.9 newsroom. Variable cloudiness today. Temperatures breaking the 1956 record of 66 degrees. We're headed for 69 today. Right now, it's 54 on the beach in Lewis. A Millsboro man faces charges he violated state hunting rules. The Division of Fish and Wildlife says 23-year-old Matthew Odo did not register antlerless deer within the required 24-hour period. Odo was arraigned at Georgetown Justice of the Peace Court 3 and released pending a trial at a later date. Delaware's budget director says the former deputy state treasurer who resigned will not be guaranteed a job. We'll tell you more about that following top of the hour here on Delaware 105.9 once CBS News is done. From the first town in the first state, WXDE Lewis. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Gary Nunn. Repair mission underway outside the International Space Station high above the Earth.
Beautiful day. Quite a few.
Astronaut Michael Hopkins and Rick Mastracchio are beginning the first of at least 2 spacewalks to mend the station's cooling system. CBS space consultant Bill Harwood.
Is this an emergency situation for the crew? No. Is it an urgent situation for the crew? Yes. This is a critical system. They need to fix it.
And astronaut Michael Hopkins and Rick Mastracchio, another spacewalk scheduled Monday, and if necessary, a third one on Christmas Day. The 6-member crew had to shut off all non-essential equipment inside the orbiting laboratory following a malfunction 10 days ago. Several memorials planned on the 25th anniversary today of the Pan Am Lockerbie bombing, some of them in the U.S., others in Scotland and Britain. Susan Cohen says the memories are still painful as she remembers her daughter Theodora, one of the 270 people killed in the bombing.
I'm lonely for my daughter. I miss her horribly.
CBS's Bob Orr reports the case is still open. He continues to haunt the Robert Mueller, the man who led the investigation.
Mueller said that through the investigation, it became clear to him that the highest reaches of the Libyan government knew about the Lockerbie plot and had some kind of role in it. And when I asked him point blank, did this go all the way to Muammar Gaddafi, he said yes, he believed it did.
Mueller believes others who helped plan and carry out the attack are still at large. 2 men arrested, 1 convicted. There are unconfirmed reports this morning from South Sudan that 2 U.S. military aircraft were shot at, no indication by whom, wounding 3 American service members, heavily damaging at least one of the planes. Treacherous winter weather is chilling the middle of the country for the second time in 2 weeks. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, Stan Whiteford of the Public Service of Oklahoma says that crews and equipment are standing by for snow and ice.
About 3/4 of an inch, we can be pretty sure that we're going to see some major problems. So if we can stay half or below, things might not be too bad.
1 person died in a 4-car collision west of Oklahoma City overnight. 4 suspects in custody now in New Jersey. Authorities say they may be linked to a carjacking outside Short Hills Mall last Sunday night. A 30-year-old man was shot and killed during a scuffle, his wife not harmed. In the Republicans' weekly address, Illinois Congressman Aaron Schock takes aim at the Affordable Health Care law, calling it discriminatory.
Typically, based on health and age, it costs about 6 times more to insure a 64-year-old than it does an 18-year-old. The health care law, however, says that insurance companies can only charge their most expensive customers 3 times what they do their cheapest customers.
Schock wants the law repealed. President Obama in his weekly address scolding Congress for failing to extend jobless benefits expiring this month.
Right now, because Congress failed to act before leaving on vacation, more than 1 million Americans are poised to lose a vital source of income just a few days after Christmas.
He also says the budget approved by Congress is a hopeful sign. This is CBS News.
I was watching the news. Turns out home burglaries skyrocket around Christmas. It got me thinking. I'm traveling a lot for work, so what if that happened to my house? Worse yet, what if my family were home? My family's safety is my responsibility. That's why I looked into home security. I checked all my options, and the best technology for the best price came from Vivint. Yes, Vivint gives me a complete security system, but their video technology is unreal. I can see what's going on in my home right from my smartphone, tablet, or computer. I can even lock the doors remotely if my kids forget. Best yet, I got Vivint's no equipment costs and free install deal. $1,300 worth of camera and security equipment at no charge. Vivint was the easy choice for my family's safety.
Vivint's amazing holiday deal is happening now through Monday. Get up to $1,300 in security cameras and equipment on us. Plus, get installation and your $99 activation free. Call 1-800-908-5541. That's 800-908-5541. 800-908-5541.
Restrictions apply. Up to 60-month agreement. Service not available in Louisiana. See Vivint.com for details and license information.
Christmas festivities and celebrations underway in the Holy Land.
The West Bank town of Bethlehem is already welcoming the faithful as Christmas approaches.
For this month, we're expecting 300,000 tourists.
Bethlehem's Palestinian mayor, Vera Baboon.
We have 4,000 rooms in Bethlehem in 33 hotels. All of them are booked.
Tourism is booming thanks to a lull in Israeli-Palestinian violence, and there's no room at the inn. Robert Berger, CBS News, Jerusalem.
Utah's ban on same-sex marriage struck down by a federal judge who says the state failed to show that allowing gays to marry would affect marriages between a man and a woman. Governor Gary Herbert criticizing the ruling as going against the will of the people. Beginning the first of the year, Illinois becomes the 13th state, plus D.C., to ban use of handheld cell phones while driving. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Every child needs protection, and every child needs a chance to survive. UNICEF has saved more children's lives than any humanitarian organization, providing medicine, clean water, nutrition, and emergency relief. We believe the number of children dying from things we can prevent should be zero, because every child deserves a childhood, and every child deserves to survive. Join us, and we'll get there. Believe in zero. Visit unicefusa.org to take action.
Wherever you are right now, right this moment, you've never been closer to saving a child. Every minute, malaria claims another life. But donating just $1 provides a life-saving test and treatment for one child in Africa. $1 given, one child saved. We have the tools to ensure no child dies from a mosquito bite. $1 at a time, one child at a time. That's the power of one. Save a life now by donating $1 at PO1.org.
Delaware 105.9 News Time is 8:06. Delaware's budget director says the former deputy state treasurer, who resigned after misusing her state credit card, will not be allowed to return to a guaranteed state job in any agency. Officials say Friday that Erica Benner, a political appointee to the Treasury post, will not be allowed to return to a guaranteed merit system job, which comes with certain protections that cover rank-and-file employees. Despite the decision, Benner remains on the Treasury payroll. She is on administrative leave after the recent termination of several months of medical leave. State Treasurer Chip Flowers has said he's had no direct comment on the decision by the Office of Management and Budget, but said he was concerned that that budget office would make a decision. Delaware's unemployment rate continues its recent rapid decrease in November, falling by 0.3% to 6.5%. It now is 0.9% down over the past 4 months. There were 28,500 unemployed Delawareans in November in 2013. That compares to 31,300 last November. The national rate was 7% in November. In November 2013, seasonally adjusted non-farm employment was 429,500. That's up from 429,000 in October 2013. Since November 2012, Delaware's total non-farm jobs have increased by a net gain of 8,400, a rise of 2%. Nationally, jobs during that period of time increased 1.7%. Newcastle County had the lowest rate in the state at 5.8%. Followed by Kent County at 6.1%. Sussex County had the highest rate at 6.2%. Among the cities in the state, Wilmington continues to have the highest rate at 8.8%. An admitted killer gets 3 consecutive life sentences following his recent guilty plea in connection with a deadly rampage in the Salisbury area. 21-year-old Miles Lyons was in court on Friday to face sentencing. He was arrested shortly after the November 2012 murder of Lakeisha Jackson, the mother of his girlfriend. The 17-year-old girl was pregnant at the time with his child and was also stabbed, as was her teenage sister. Taking a look at sports, NBA from last night. The 76ers win. I know it's a shock. I hope you were sitting down for that. It took overtime to do it. They beat Brooklyn 121-120. In the National Hockey League, Washington over Carolina 4-2. And in top 25 college basketball, one game of note. Number 2 Syracuse beat High Point 75-54. Taking a look at the Delaware 105.9 forecast, variable cloudiness with the temperature breaking the record of 66 set in 1956. We're looking for a high today of 69. Mostly cloudy, breezy, mild tonight, 61. Clouds with a passing shower in the afternoon tomorrow, 74. Rain, some heavy, and cooler on Monday, 62. Then we get back to more normal stuff on Tuesday, cooler with times of sun and clouds, and 42. And for Christmas, it's at least going to feel it because we're going to have a high of 37. Right now, 54 in Lewis, it's 56 in Rehoboth, and 55 right now in Camden. I'm Walt Marcus in the Delaware 105.9 newsroom.
The following program is a paid commercial presentation. The comments, views, and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff, management, or advertisers of Delaware 105.9.
Good morning, everybody. Jim Weller here, and you are listening to Weller Does Delmarva. And I actually am sitting in my office at Bridgeville, Weller's Utility Trailers. Colin Walls and I do this show on a weekly basis, and we want to thank you for tuning in. So, gee whiz, Christmas is just around the corner.
Oh, it's almost here, Jim.
Yeah, it's just right up the road and around the corner. So, so anyway, want to say...
I'm going a different direction this morning.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right, which way are you going? The
I'm
other
going
way?
The opposite way.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
Anyway, either way, we're going to hit Christmas, right?
Right.
About Wednesday.
About Wednesday.
About
Then,
Wednesday.
yeah.
Okay. So are you ready?
Mostly. I went and did some Christmas shopping last night for my wife, and
I saw you were looking at new vacuums.
Yeah, and I decided that
she's out looking for vacuum operators. You're looking for vacuums.
I couldn't decide whether a vacuum or a mop would be better.
Oh, they got them steam mops, you know. I bought my wife one of them.
I got a lot of really good advice on Facebook last night from it. Mostly, don't do it.
Right. Yeah, I would go look at cars or jewelry. Go to the jewelry section.
Yeah,
you'd be a lot better off. What's that?
The jewelry. Like in the big department stores,
right?
They have like no real gold or any real metal. It's all either plated or it's not. They don't have it anymore.
Really?
I guess because the price is up so high on gold and platinum and everything. Silver they have.
Okay.
But real gold, if they have it, it's a very limited supply.
Maybe I should turn some of my gold in. I have less than a ton of gold.
Less than a ton?
Less than a ton. Okay. Anyway, for those that are watching online, if you're not watching, you can go online right this minute. A good friend of ours, John Brady. John, just say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. So we're going to be talking to John in just a couple minutes. But anyway, we are live at WellerDoesDelmarva.com. You can watch the show right now, or if you're riding down the road and listening and say, well, I want to see what kind of hairdo Jim or John are sporting today, you can go back later and watch it at Weller Does Delmarva.
Don't do it while you're driving down the road.
Don't do it while you're driving down the road. But anyway, got a couple things. I'm going to hit a couple sponsors here in just a minute, but want to let you know that we are always looking for people to be on the show, sponsor the show, be involved in the show any way, shape, or form. I am going to put my glasses on so I can read a little bit better. There's a lot of glare in the room here this morning. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that one of my sponsors is a good friend of mine, L&W Insurance Agency. I mention him every week. Bill Strickland does a great job of taking care of me. I've been dealing with them for 20-some years. They've been serving Delaware for over 60 years. They're in Dover. They offer auto, home, health, life, or commercial coverage. I do like this. Every time I call up there during business hours, of course, I get a live human being that answers the phone and directs my call. And if I'm looking for somebody and she knows they're not in, she tells me right straight up, want to let you know they're not in. Do you want me to get you somebody else? So it doesn't just flip it to a voicemail and you're like, wow, why didn't you tell me they weren't there in the first place? So if you want to talk to a great insurance company, L&W Insurance Company, if you're listening, you're saying, well, I'm fully insured, and I hope you are, and you just want to compare rates or compare coverage, give them a call. They'll talk to you, 674-3500 or lwinsurance.com on the web. Then Colin has a business, Walls Service Center in Milford. You want to talk a little bit about that, or you want me to just...
We can talk about it. Just
okay.
Just the standard things we do. We do all.
Are you open today?
We are open today from 8 to noon.
Okay. So, can I just ask you real quick?
Yes.
What's your schedule for next week?
Monday is filled up pretty good.
Okay.
Tuesday we're pretty good.
But are you going to be open all day Tuesday, Christmas Eve?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Closed for Christmas.
Closed for Christmas.
All right. And then what are your plans Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we're open. We're back at it, and then we're closed again for New Year's.
So if somebody's off from work those days and you got something you want to get done to your car, you're saying give a call and you could probably fit them in next week?
Yeah, and those are usually pretty good days for us busy because people are off work.
Yeah,
and that's a great time to get your car worked on. When you're not
so what do we
it.
got, 422-8110?
Yep, 422-8110 or stop by. We're right on Northeast Front Street. We're sandwiched between Arenas and
Listen
and
to you.
Abbott's
Salad.
Grill. I made that up yesterday.
Crab cake sandwiched between two places.
right on Front Street.
So anyway,
across the street from Abbott's Grill and right on the other side of the park as Arenas.
All right. So anyway, that's Walls Service Center. Then Weller's Utility Trailers is open here. We opened a little early today. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm going to highlight some of them. But if you're watching at Weller's Does Delmarva and you think you're actually looking at boots and jumper cables and the attitude adjuster and back scratchers, you are looking at those things. So I'm going to talk about all of them in just a little bit. But I'm going to get right into talking to John Brady. I'm going to do I'm going to talk to him. I'm real interested because he mentioned something before we got started that really caught my attention. So, John, good morning. Welcome to Weller Does Delmarva.
Thank you very much.
This is your first time.
Colin, it is. And as you've been doing things on this show, you've been doing a lot of focus on small business and family-owned businesses that are the mainstay of Sussex County, Kent County, Delaware,
America,
and mainstay of America.
Yep.
And today I want to talk a little bit about Murray Law, who I work for as a lawyer. It's another family small business. Julianne Murray is a member of the Delaware Bar. She decided to put up her own law shingle a couple years ago.
Okay.
Her husband, Pat, works in the business as an investigator.
All right.
I came on board right after the election in 2012, and it's a general practice law firm in Georgetown.
Okay.
About a block and a half off the circle at 109 North Bedford Street.
Okay.
And what I like about it is it's not like, people make mistakes. They have a bad day.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff happens. And it's not like, oh, well, that's going to cost $5,000. You need to bring all $5,000 in right up front. We do payment plans.
Okay.
We do complimentary consultations. And what I wanted to offer to everybody is we're going through a very busy season.
Yes, we are.
And it's wrapping up 2013, which was a busy year for a lot of people.
It was.
And so what we're offering, we're going to be closed. We're open Monday, and then we're going to close for Christmas and close right through New Year's Day.
Okay.
Come back in on January 2nd. But what I'd like to offer today to the viewers watching on the Internet and the listeners here at 105.9 of Weller Does Delmarva is the opportunity to, the most important documents you have are your will, your power of attorney, and your medical directive.
Yep.
And if you haven't updated them, haven't looked at them in a couple years, give us a call. We'll get you in for a complimentary consultation because some things in law have changed. And also, you may have wrong people listed for what you want them to do. Things have changed. Some people add some people through a marriage, get rid of some people through a divorce. There may be some changes there that you want to make because those documents have to accurately reflect your intentions.
And I think it would even be a good idea if you have a will every couple of years to have that thing reviewed.
Absolutely.
Because laws change.
Laws change, and the one thing on the power of attorney, it used to be in the old days, people would do a general power of attorney. If I was incapacitated, I say, okay, well, I let you handle my business affairs.
Okay.
And then there were two really bad stories that happened in Delaware. An infirmed adult gave power to a child. A child, I'll say someone young, over the age of 18, because they have to be a person with power of attorney, but didn't put any accountability responsibilities in place. Sold all of the parent's assets. And the parent was broke. And then the other one was a sister who got the power of attorney because, they lock people up for DUI when you have a couple of them.
Okay.
And he was in jail, and she sold his business.
While he was in jail?
While he was in jail.
And that wasn't his intentions, giving her the power of attorney?
Absolutely not. It was just to make sure the business continued
Kept
to
running.
function.
Yeah.
And it's functioning, but it's not owned by him or his family anymore.
Wow.
And these are some of the things that they went ahead and changed the power of attorney form. And now you have to give a specific grant to do certain things, to buy and sell securities,
Yes.
to sell business, to change documents, sell real estate. And this is what we look at. We go over to make sure that those documents accurately reflect the intentions of the person, the testator, giving that power. Now, a lot of people say, hey, I just moved here from New Jersey. Welcome. We got better living here in Delmarva.
Less taxes.
That's a good thing. Less taxes. Is my will still valid? Well, there's what's called the Uniform Will Act. And as long as it was properly signed and notarized in the state where you had it signed, it's still valid. But there may be some things on it that aren't correct. Like you've maybe sold that property, you have another piece of property, and you want to make sure you structure it. Plus, you also want to make sure to reduce the tax burdens when you have a sale. Husband and wife should have mutual wills that transfer everything to the first one who passes. And then, if everything is properly transferred and titled appropriately, you only have to file a small estate affidavit if the personal items that the person who died is less than $30,000.
So, listening to this, I want to ask this question. So, if a person had a will done by somebody else, even in another state, your firm that
we'll review it.
You can review it, but you can also help them modify.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you don't have to be the one who originally wrote it.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You can bring it in, we can look at it, and we can say, hey, these things are probably not in your best interest now. You can do what's called a codicil, which is an amendment to a will, or you can do a brand new will.
I have a question. I know somebody that had a will where they left a certain amount of money to a person. That person's deceased. If that person now who left that to the person who's deceased, if they were to die, would that amount of money then have to go to their family members, or by that person being deceased, did it end there? Or is that
it
too
depends.
much of a question? Okay.
It's not too much of a question. If it said, I leave $50,000 to John Smith.
Yes.
And John Smith is not alive.
Right.
Then there is the argument that that gift ended when John Smith died. But if it says $50,000 to John Smith per stirpes,
okay.
The per stirpes means to his lineal survivors.
Wow.
That gift continues on to the survivors of John Smith. That's why it's so very important to see exactly what wording was used around the person who the gift was left. Because a lot of times it says, if a will could say, if the person who I have left this item is not alive at the time of my death, then that gift shall lapse.
Okay.
And that means the gift is dead.
Okay.
But if it says per stirpes means to their lineal descendants. Then it could go on if John Smith had two children, Jane and Fred Smith, they would each get the gift, half of that gift equally.
Because as odd as this sounds, my will has two people in it that have passed away.
Understood.
That I wrote it maybe 10 years ago, and in there there was a couple people that I cared about, and they have since passed, and my mind went to, just as we're talking, I'm like, I wonder,
And it would be,
you know.
if it said per stirpes And usually the lawyer will ask, if the person has passed by the time you pass, do you want it to go to the person's survivors, or do you want to come back and have it as additional assets available for the remaining of your heirs?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you go, and that's what we call the keyword estate planning.
So if somebody comes in and talks to either you or Julianne, I get the impression that it's not going to be high pressure. It's not going to be, because a will, I'll be honest with you, my will, it's intimidating to me. And it's almost an emotional thing. In other words, because you're talking about what's going to happen when you die, and it's not something people like to think about.
You're absolutely correct. And one thing is, it has to be designed so it meets your needs.
Right, and everybody's needs are a little different.
Everybody's needs are a little different, so there is not a cookie-cutter will. The way I sit down and you figure out who's got the best lobbyists. And I say that because the funeral directors, under state law and what I do in my will, the funeral bill is paid first, because that's what the state law is. They had the best ones. And if you ever want, we hear a lot, and I love them to death, the volunteer firefighters. But when the funeral directors wanted to get the purple light to escort the funerals, and the fire people said, hey, it'll be confused with the blue light, the legislature gave the funeral people the purple light. So you can tell that they say that the third political party in Delaware is the volunteer firefighters. Well, the second and a half, I think, is the funeral directors. But they get paid first, and funeral directors can open the estate in order so that they can be paid.
Wow.
That's a provision under Delaware law that's not in every other state. Then we look at setting it up so your goals are achieved.
Okay.
Some of them you want to make sure specific things go to specific people. One of the provisions of Delaware law has, if it is not cash and is not real estate, but personal property, and like for here, I have a ring on.
Okay.
I can write in there, handwritten, after the will's done, on a separate piece of paper, and say I want my ring with the pretzel loop to go to Jim Smith.
Okay.
Sign it, date it, and that's it. You don't have to come back and change your will.
Okay.
You list that for personal property.
So you can change that at your own.
You can change that anytime, and that's for, like, the boots.
Right.
Anything that means something. This desk that would mean something to somebody. A hairpiece? You're absolutely correct.
I'm sorry, it's such a serious conversation.
But no, that's fine. And that's one of the things we put in there. And then the specific powers that the executor has. A power of attorney is good while the person's alive. And then the will takes over from when the person dies.
Right.
And that covers 8 months, because the probate process at a minimum is 8 months.
Okay.
You have to open the estate within 30 days.
Okay.
Prove the will, and that is by showing the will to the Register of Wills and going over exactly what the will has, match the signature, show the verification, then advertise in the newspaper to get all the debts in, which would be claims to the estate. Look at the assets, sell a house, or do whatever the will says. Pay off the claims and the debts of the estate, and then do the distributions to the family.
So let's hit a couple housekeeping things. Phone number, 855.
302-855-9300.
Is there a website?
Yes, and it's murraylawde.com. We're getting that developed. We also have email, and we made the email easy. It's either John or Julie at murraylawde.com.
Okay.
You have to put the DE in because there was another Murray Law somewhere.
Huh. Well, that's fine. Mine's in Delaware anyway.
We're
they
open.
also, Pat can help with some little.
Pat does our investigation
investigating
work.
Type thing.
When we look at an auto accident and we need pictures taken, Pat is our investigator.
But the nice thing it sounds like is, since Pat and Julianne are married, that at the end of the day they compare notes. In other words, so you don't have to deal with somewhere where they hire somebody that's unrelated to the firm, and days go by or weeks go by. You want information in a timely manner. Sounds like you could probably provide it more timely than anybody.
It does, and it does work that way. That being a family business, you
Right.
talk. We sit down at the end of each day or every other day, get together and make sure we're hitting all our needs for our clients. And it's a really good, I've worked in several law firms the 22 years I've been down here in Sussex County, and I'm having the most fun with Murray Law.
What date did you get your law license?
I got my license on 12/12/1991.
Wow.
And to celebrate on 12/12/2011, I was admitted to the bar of the United States Supreme Court in a ceremony down in Washington, D.C. I'm also a member 12/19, a week later, 12/19/1991, the New Jersey bar. I haven't done much practice in New Jersey, but I am licensed there. And we have another lawyer, Jeff McLean, in the office who's admitted in Pennsylvania. So we're working on being a good little regional family-style law firm to take care of things.
But beyond wills, if I wanted to start a new LLC corporation?
We do LLCs, we do business planning and advice, we do criminal, civil, we do it all.
John, I'm going to thank you for being on the show. We're out of time. So that's Murray Law. Give them a call, 855-9300. Take advantage of that special offer. Any questions, ask for John or Julianne.
That's fine. And everyone have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll see you in 2014.
All right. Folks, we'll be right back. While you're at it? Okay. All right. Well, I need the microphone, right, Colin?
Yeah.
All right, so we are still on WellerDoesDelmarva.com. So, John, you're with Murray Law. We talked about that on the radio. We talked a little bit about the offer. Let's hit the offer again one more time.
Sure.
So,
the offer is if you have a will, a power of attorney, or a medical power of attorney, which is called a living will, and you want to have them reviewed, call and set an appointment. It'll either be with Julie and myself, half-hour appointment. We'll review it at no charge. Just mention when you make the appointment that you listen to me or listen to us on Weller Does Delmarva.
And so that was a free consultation.
It's a free consultation, and if you decide to get new documents, there'll be a discount off the total bill for the documents.
Wow.
For the listeners and viewers of this show.
Let's talk some more things.
Well, I've got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Being admitted to the Supreme Court, that sounds like a pretty big deal.
It is. There's less than
we did
1%
blow right by that.
of all lawyers in America are admitted to the United States Supreme Court. What that does for me, I can file a case with the U.S. Supreme Court on an appeal and can argue in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm also allowed to jump the line and sit in when those decisions come out. You know, we talk about decisions coming out in June. There's a line, and there are 50 seats reserved for members of the Supreme Court bar. I don't have to stand overnight in the outside line. I do have my certification on record there, and I also have access to use their law library.
Excellent.
From in D.C.
Wow.
It is.
Pretty big deal.
It is a
we're
big
proud
deal.
to know you, John.
Yeah.
In other words, because you are a mover and a shaker.
When I got sworn in, we also had a private audience with several of the justices. And funny that I was said that I did work with Dewey Beach. Chief Justice Roberts met his wife at a house party in Dewey Beach.
Isn't that amazing?
So, you know, there are Delaware ties everywhere. Last summer, there was a justice who had lunch at one of the restaurants on Route 24. She came in for the fish tacos. So you never know. And Justice Thomas has been known to go sit overnight in Walmarts because he has an RV, and when he's on break, he RVs across the country.
Wow.
I may run across him before it's over with. That's my goal, to RV and to camp in Walmart parking lots.
There you go.
Well, John, we're going to thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. And I hope we get you some business. And
same to you, and we'll be back, and I'll convince Julie we should do this again sometime in January.
Okay.
We'll talk then. At that point, we can talk about traffic and how to keep points down and stuff like that.
All right. Thanks again. All right, folks, you are watching me. I'm going to hit a few Weller's products while we're at it. So, John, you're welcome to stay or go. But anyway, you're watching me at Weller Does Delmarva. And while we're at it, I'm going to hit a couple things. One thing I do want to say is if you ever want to be on the show, Colin Walls and I
who is
do this
very
show.
wise.
Very wise man. So anyway, we do this show every week, and we have all kinds of ideas, but we'd like to hear your ideas. So if you're watching right now and you say, listen, I've got a product I want to help promote, but I don't even know how to get started. I've got an event that I might want streamed. We'll also have this thing called Catch It Live where we could come and do an event for you or something like that. We have a lot of ideas and business experience. I own Weller's Utility Trailers. Colin Walls owns Walls Service Center. Been in business a long time, both of us. We can help you. We're not geniuses, and we can't fix everything, but, we're good sounding boards to bounce things off of. So if you have something that you want to talk about, something you want to promote, you don't have to sign a 13-week contract with us or anything like that. We can put you on our show on Saturday mornings. We can stream things. We can come to your business and highlight your business. We can also help you have that show embedded on your website of your business. So we have many, 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 many things that we can offer you. So if you want to talk, give me a call, 337-7300, and let's talk about it. But while we're at it, I want to mention a few things that we have here at Weller's that you might not find everywhere. So the big box stores have some things, but some things they don't have. So some of them are laying right here on the desk. Oh, we're coming right back on. So, folks, we're going to go now. We're going to go right back on the radio, Delaware 105.9. Tell him about, we got somebody calling in here in just a couple minutes.
Right.
That's right. So Jim Weller here. I'm back live. I'm sitting in my office at Weller's in Bridgeville. You can watch this show at wellerdoesdelmarva.com. In a couple minutes, I'm going to have another guest on by the telephone line, a good friend of mine, Andrea Zenturk. She has a car wash down in the Long Neck area. But for a moment, I'm going to hit just a couple other commercials right while I'm at it. So one of our other sponsors is a good friend of mine, Rick Fowler from No Nonsense Office Machines down in Georgetown. 856-7381 is the number, and he does all kinds of things for years, for over 20 years. I've been dealing with him as far as copiers, copy repairs, copier maintenance, toner, supplies, things like that. Also, he does things like he can build you a computer system. He can fix your computer. He can do just a tune-up to your computer. He can clean the cobwebs out of your computer. He can help guide you through the process. He can sell you a laptop. He can sell you a tablet. He can work on your gaming system, Xbox, Wii, whatever you may have. He doesn't charge anything to give you like an initial look at. So if you've got something you say, listen, Rick, is this worth fooling with or not fooling with? Give him a call, 856-7381. Tell him I sent you because I got a special for you. If you tell him that you heard me on Weller Does Delmarva, he will give you 25% off. Now, think about that. That's a fourth. That's like taking $1 and taking 25 cents out of every dollar. He will give you 25% off of any labor for any repairs or maintenance or something like that.
That's a good deal.
That's a good deal. Let's say you bought a used copier somewhere or something like that, and you need it fixed. So anyway, what's this, okay? Okay, I got my caller on the line. Hold on just 1 minute, and I'll be right there. But anyway, No Nonsense Office Supplies. I recommend them. I've dealt with them for years. Give them a call, 856-7381. Want to remind you that Wall Service Center is open today. If you want to learn about that, give them a call, 422-8110. Maybe next week you're going to be off from work. You want to get your vehicle worked on or something. Right. Give them a call, get it scheduled. And I'm here at Weller's in Bridgeville. We are open. So you could come in here and check it out. Now, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to go to the phone line, and I'm going to talk to a friend of mine, Andrea, who has a car wash down in the Long Neck area. Andrea, are you there?
How are you?
Real good. How are you?
I'm good.
Now, I'm under the impression that you and your husband are longtime business people in Sussex County for starters. Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
We've been in business, Tony and I, for 22 years.
Wow. So you must have just been fresh out of high school when you started.
No, not quite.
All right. Well, anyway, then you ventured into a new business, I guess, in the past few years. You opened a car wash. Is that right?
We did. We opened a car wash 5 years ago. We're in our 5th year at the Long Neck Car Wash.
Gosh, to me, it was just like last year you did it. So it's been there 5 years now.
Yeah, this is our 5th year. In November we started that, yeah.
And you built it from scratch. It's a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Is that right?
It is, yeah. Tony designed the building and the location, and was there from the beginning.
And it's a great location, isn't it? Right in front of Super G on Route 24.
It is. That's correct. It's right on John Day Highway, right there on 24 at the Bayshore Shopping Center.
Now, what days of the week is it open?
It's open every day, weather permitting. I mean, if it's raining or, snowing or pouring or whatever, we're not open, obviously.
Right, if it's weather that you're not going to get a car wash, there's no need to open.
Exactly. But open every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, we're open 8 to 5. And then on Sunday, 8 to 4.
Okay.
So our weekend, we're open just a little bit longer.
Wow, that's a lot of hours.
It is a lot of hours.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
That's very convenient, though, in other words. And now, is this the kind of car wash where you pull up and you get out of your car and then they take it through and there's people inside wiping things down and just making sure all the dust is off the dash and the windows are clean inside and out and so on?
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what we do. It takes approximately 10 minutes.
Okay.
Depending on how busy we are, there can be some wait. But from the time that we get your car, we have several people working on it for approximately 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, and so you're talking inside and out, not just the outside. Now, how just
inside and out.
Recently we had a little bit of snow and then there's salt on the road and stuff. Does your car wash clean the undercarriage where salt might get and stuff like that?
It does.
It does. Oh, I think we lost you, Andrea. So anyway, we're talking about long neck car wash.
Right, that's very important that it cleans
it's
underneath.
Critical. Yeah.
And I see it a lot in my line of work.
Because you can't do it at home when you're trying to do it yourself.
Exactly. We see a lot of brake lines and fuel lines that are rusting out because of this new brine that they're using on the roads is really corrosive, and it gets underneath the undercarriage, all the brake lines.
And the people wash their car themselves, but that never gets the underneath clean.
Exactly. So that is very, very important. That's a good question, that gets underneath.
Yeah.
And cleans all that out.
You know what else I like, though, is how they get inside there and clean everything.
Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah, so it's not just the one that you pull up to, you sit in the car, you ride through, you get done, you look at it, you're like,
Yeah, my windshield's still dirty because nobody got inside here.
Right, and it leaves that spot in the back where the two things come together, and it doesn't. This is not that at all.
No,
they've got people that walk around it when it comes out of there, and they're making sure everything is done. I think she's back on the line.
Andrea, are you back with us?
I am back. Jim, and just to answer your question, yes, we do have what we call an undercarriage boost. It gets up underneath the car. As you know, with the salt on the roads, it's very damaging to our cars, to the finish of our car and underneath. You really can't get up underneath there, but we have special equipment that does that. Wow. And I did hear you mention also that someone walks around the car. I'd just like to say that my husband, Tony, is there right now. Is almost always on the property if he is not, my father is.
Wow.
It's very rare that you're going to go there and not have, an owner
member.
or
an owner
exactly
or a family
there.
member. Wow.
Very rare that happens.
It's nice to have somebody there for the attention to detail. So
exactly, because it's very important.
Yeah, I would say it is important. But, what's nice is you're a local family, local business, in other words, you're not from some other state that just decided to plop open a car wash. People know who they're dealing with. Do you have any specials or anything like that you're running this time of year?
We do. We do have specials, Jim. I'd just like to also say, because you mentioned detail, we have full detailing, and that is when we take your car in the morning, and we have it all day. We wash, wax, polish all the chrome and dress the tires. Also, the interior is shampooed. The leather is conditioned in your vehicle. As I said, it takes almost the whole day, but it's kind of like a day spa for your car, so to speak. So,
and you know something?
We have people.
I was going to say, there's nothing that makes you feel better than a clean car. Just driving a clean car actually makes you feel better. In other words, So, that would make a nice. Can somebody buy a gift certificate for a detail?
They can. We sell gift cards in any denomination.
Okay.
So you can come in. Our details are obviously more expensive than our regular washes.
Yep.
But yes, you can.
So can somebody call to review some of the prices?
You can. You can call 302-947-1314.
So, because the detail would probably be based on what size vehicle, whether it's a...
It is, and it's by appointment only. We have an appointment book, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, just strictly by appointment.
Now, you don't pick up and deliver, do you?
We do. We do within reason. I mean,
really?
Not hours away, but we do. We are in the Long Neck area. There's a lot of retired people, and they only have one vehicle. It's very difficult for them to find a ride to us. So we do offer that.
Right. So if you work at the hospital and you're going to work a 12-hour shift, you literally could have your vehicle picked up, detailed, and when you come out, man, that thing is shining.
Exactly. Yes, you can do that.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a nice feature. Tell me this then. So, do you have any specials this time of year?
We do have specials. We have obviously our gift cards, which are very, very popular and have been since we've opened. But we're running a special right now where you buy a book of washes, and that's any of our 4 washes. We have 4 different prices with 4 different things that they do. You can buy a book of 5 of those, and when you do that, you receive 2 washes free.
Really?
So, for example, yeah. So it's really it's a good deal. It really is. It's been
that's a
well
great
received by our
stocking
customers.
stuffer. That would be a great. So I mean, do you can somebody get a car wash for $10?
We do have what we call a basic car wash, and that is an outside-only car wash.
Really?
And it is $10. So, for example, if you buy the book for a book of 10, you know, it would cost you $50, but you would get 2 free. So you would have 7 washes for the price of
a book of 10. You mean 5 $10 ones would cost you $50?
Exactly.
But you're going to get 7 car washes.
Exactly.
Take me up a notch. What's your next one up?
Our next one is the $14 wash, and that is the inside and out. That is your vacuuming of your seats and your rugs. You're cleaning the inside windows and wiping down your dashboard. We also use...
For $14? Are you sure that's right?
That's right. That's right.
That sounds a little...
It's that price every day.
Really?
It is,
And you're using soap and water?
Yeah, all of it.
I'm just messing with you. $14. So I could buy 5 $14 ones. Sounds like $70 investment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get what? I'm going to get 2 more $14 ones free?
Exactly.
How long is that offer good for?
It's good until the end of the year, until, we'll be closed on New Year's Day, but it'll be good until then.
And this is what? So how quick do I have to use this up? After I buy this, how quick do I?
Yeah, no limit. It's ongoing. If you use them, you know, all this
I could
year,
take
great.
a whole year to use them up?
You could, yeah.
Now, can I give this card to my wife one time and my son another time? Is it geared towards a certain vehicle?
No. You can use them any way you want. You can give them as a gift. You can, you know, give them to a family member that's going, you know, to the car wash. As long as they have that little ticket in the book, they get their car wash for that price. Or
I got to say this back to you. This sounds a little bit too good to be true. Let me make sure I got this right.
It's not.
Well, take me up. What's the next step above $14?
Then we go to our $18 wash. That's a Supreme, and that comes with a boosted undercarriage wash. That's where, again, we get up underneath for that salt.
Okay, so...
Sand, dirt, mud, whatever.
So, can I buy more than one book?
You can buy as many as you want.
So I could come in and buy, let's say I wanted to give them to customers as a gift or employees or something like that. I could buy a book of 5 for the $10 one and a book of 5 for the $14 one. You would let me spend all I want to spend?
I would, yes. It wouldn't be a problem at all.
Wow.
You can even get our most popular wash, which is our Ultimate. That's our $22 wash.
Okay.
And that comes with the inside, outside windows, everything, and the tire dressing. So you get the tires dressed for that price also.
Wow.
And that probably is our most popular wash.
Wow. All right. I'm going to tell everybody about this. So it's Long Neck Car Wash, Route 24, right in front of the Super G. Is there anything else you want to say in closing?
No, just Merry Christmas, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year.
All right. Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and Tony and your family, and God bless you, okay?
Thank you. You too,
I'll
Jim.
see you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. I don't know if you heard that, but you really need to do the math on that one.
If somebody is looking for a present for me,
okay, you'll take this.
I will take that.
Okay, so if you're looking to buy Colin Walls or Jim Weller, this is better than a free meal.
That is a good deal.
That is a good deal.
And it is a great gift.
Yeah. Golly day. Long Neck Car Wash, Bay, right down Route 24 near the Super G.
Mm-hmm.
You buy 5, and you can pick which one you want. A lot of times people have specials like that, and it's always on just a certain one.
Right.
She's saying you can buy the $14 one, the $10 one, the $18 one,
and
the $22.
You're going to buy 5, going to pay for 5, but you're going to get 7.
For the price of 5. Think about that. But if you own a business and you got a customer that's a really good customer, you want to just give them something saying, hey, thanks a lot for your business. I appreciate it. Or if you got somebody you do like a weekly radio show with, you just want to give them a gift or something like that. This is a great idea.
It is.
So anyway, check them out. Long Neck Car Wash. Listen, I got to hit some more sponsors and run through it. We do want to thank Murray Law also for being on the show here. John Brady. Weller Does Delmarva is what you're listening to. You can watch us now or later at wellerdoesdelmarva.com also. But I wanted to let you know that we are here at Weller's today, and I want to run through my holiday schedule. We're going to be open today until 1 o'clock. Then we're back Monday, 8 to 5, Tuesday, 8 to 2. Then we're closing a little early, New Year's or Christmas Eve. Close Christmas. We're actually going to close the day after Christmas because it's also one of my daughter's birthdays, so it's easier for everybody to be off then. Then we're going to be back at it Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. We need to move some inventory. If you need any of what I got, all reasonable offers will be entertained. We may entertain them and take them. We may entertain them and laugh at them, but they may be entertaining. But anyway, so Weller's Utility Trailers is open. We're here. We're looking to move some inventory. I got a boatload of stuff on order. When you see my place in January and February, you're going to say, Jim, you went on a buying spree.
And they are out there digging the
trenches for the boats
to get the boat up here, aren't they?
So anyway, I want to hit another couple sponsors. I did not mention BringMeGas.com very much, but Colin has a business, BringMeGas.com, where I got a guy that works for me, just took advantage of it, where his kitchen stove did not burn enough propane, so every year he had to pay this rental fee for the tank, but he never owned it. He just paid it indefinitely, which drove the price of the cost of his propane up. So he bought a tank, what, 100-pound tank, Colin?
Yeah, he actually bought 2 100-pound tanks.
2 of them, okay.
Right, we put an automatic changeover regulator on it.
So he'll never be without.
So when one goes empty, it switches to the other, and he knows it's got a little indicator on it that says this tank is empty. He can call us. We get it out there.
But he's got no rental fees from this point on. He owns the tanks.
Exactly.
If he ever wants to get rid of them, he could sell them to you.
That's right. Yep.
So,
if he moves, he can take them and do whatever he wants with them.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought about this the other day. This would be perfect for people that rent a home. So they rent a home. They don't have to put a large deposit with a propane company, go through the credit check thing and all of that. They literally could buy a tank from you. You've got them, I use the word refurbished or new.
Right, yep.
And they could literally buy this tank. You will fill it. You will bring it to their house. So you will hook it up. Then when it's empty, you can bring them another one, or they can buy 2 tanks and have the automatic switchover thing. So that's bringmegas.com online, or you could call them at 422-8110. I want to also hit L&W Insurance Agency again. Great insurance company to deal with. If you are dealing with an insurance agent that every time you call, you get an uncomfortable feeling, or you're nervous, or they don't want to answer your questions, or they switch you off to some 800 number, call L&W Insurance Agency. They're an independent agency, so they sell many brands of insurances. I know when they come and meet with me, they say, this company's this much, this company's this much, this is this is that. If you deal with somebody that sells one brand of insurance, they're not representing you at that point. They're representing that one insurance company. So think about that. L&W represents many brands. They represent you, the policyholder, and not the insurance company. 674-3500. Tell them, say, I was listening to Jim Weller. I want to get a price on my homeowners. I want to buy $1 million worth of life insurance. I want to name Jim Weller as a lost payee. Is that the word? No, beneficiary. Beneficiary, yeah. You can name me beneficiary in any of your life insurance policies if you want to. It's okay with me. Or you can just buy as a car wash. So anyway, L&W, 674-3500, lwinsurance.com online. Other than that, what else have we got?
Well, I want to talk about Wireless Zone for a minute here.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot
Yeah,
all about it.
Tejas is a great sponsor of Weller Does
And what a
Delmarva
great
and
place
Catch
to
It
do
Live.
business. Yep.
Yeah, he supplies us with all the wireless stuff that we use for it. I've been talking to him about different wireless things, and he has just so much knowledge about it.
Doesn't he?
He
and
does.
all of his staff is very helpful, knowledgeable, friendly.
Yeah, and I mostly go to the one in Milford because I'm in Milford. But
And where's that at?
It's right in the Air Park Plaza.
Okay.
Right there in front of
in
Walmart.
Between Burgers and Beans and Milford Pizza.
Yes. Yeah, there you go.
That's the best way to describe it.
So, right in the Air Park Plaza, which is right in front of Walmart. So, it's
Right.
a very convenient location. The one in Harrington is
Oh, my gosh.
very
It's right next to Byler's and right across from Rural Farms.
That is a great piece of property
Isn't
there.
it?
It's right
Beautiful
on the corner
store,
at
too.
the light. Yeah,
All
very
remodeled,
nice store.
fixed up.
They just
Yep.
did a nice job on that. And then he's got the one in Middletown.
Yes, he does.
Which is next to Snap Fitness, if you're familiar with the Middletown area.
Fitness centers, I know them all.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But anyway, Tejas and any of his staff can really recommend what you need. This is what you're not going to get when you call the phone number or you
Right.
go online. You're not going to get somebody that you can sit down with and explain to them all of your needs. They can
Right.
look at you.
Right. I
And-
got a daughter texting too much, or I got this, but my wife wants a phone, but she wants the simplest thing possible, you
Right.
know, and guide me, steer me, help me.
And I was in there the other day, and there was a gentleman in there. And, he was talking to him. He said, "You know what? I just need to think about this for a minute. I need to figure out what I want to do here." So the guy was able to walk around the store, get his thoughts together,
Didn't
figure
have
out
somebody
what did he want to
hovering
do.
over him.
Right. He could look at all the devices. Oh, and the devices. I think he has more live devices that are actually working.
Oh, they're not all just dummy ones.
They're not all dummy ones like you get at a lot of other places.
Okay, I agree.
These
yeah.
are live working phones that he can show you.
That is
what's
so
going-
nice if you want to hear how a speakerphone sounds on
Right.
one versus another.
Mhm.
If you want to listen to something, and hear how it. Wow,
And
very
even how
nice
the
store to
user
deal.
interface is with the with the
right,
software
touching
and
the
everything
screen
on it.
and stuff
Right.
like that.
So these are actually
you could even
live
probably take a
working.
picture with one to see what the camera's like.
You could, yeah. Yep. So go to Wireless Zone, Milford, Harrington, or Middletown. Tell him Colin and Jim from Weller Does Delmarva sent you.
Yeah,
and
we promise they'll give you good service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt. I have nothing but good service from them.
Yep, I agree. Good
So,
place to deal,
absolutely.
and they're not intimidating. When you walk in, if you
No.
don't know anything, it's okay.
It's right.
It's okay. And when you walk in, there's not somebody standing there with a tablet saying, "What's your name?" Now we got to put you in line like cattle. And
I went to the company store kind of.
Oh yeah, makes
one
you feel
time
really
years
intimidating.
ago. Oh yeah, you come in and you sign in on a computer
Yeah.
and you just stand around and stand around
Yeah.
and stand around.
Until
when you
they
walk
bellow
in the
your
door,
name out,
they look at you and say, "Hey, how you
Hi,
doing?"
Yeah, you're a customer. You're a
Right.
human being.
Right.
How may I serve you?
They act like their job depends on the customer.
They act like they like customers.
Yeah.
All right, I got to hit
All
one
right.
more thing, okay? I mentioned these yesterday when we were down at Jimmy's Grill. It's the new Weller's discount card. Very popular. I sold 30-some there at Jimmy's Grill yesterday morning.
Wow.
But they got like a discount at Applebee's. Burgers and Beans in Milford, 10% off.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's discounts at Weller's also. But Cafe Tamborelli's is on there. Bethany Blues. McDonald's, listen to this. Buy any extra value meal, get a quarter pounder with cheese free. So
and they're not even trying to pawn off the quarter pounder without cheese. It's
right,
the one with cheese. That's right.
And think about that. You buy this card, we got them for $15. Today you can buy one for $10, but all next week they'll be $15 because a lot of people don't like $10. They're going to want to pay $15. But we got Rudy's Diner, we got Popeyes, Annie Ann's. I'm going to use this every time I go to Walmart.
I almost used it last night at the mall.
Really?
Yeah.
Get 3 pretzels, buy 3. Get one free. Limit one per day. Look at that.
But that's
So-
at the Camden Walmart, the Milford Walmart,
Yeah.
and in the Dover Mall.
Yeah.
And there's 2 locations in the Dover Mall, if you didn't know. One at each end. One by Sears
I
and
just
one by
noticed that's
Boscov's.
at the Dover Mall.
Yep.
All right, we got Nicola's on there. Hardee's. Buy one, get one free. Any thick burger at regular price. Does that say price or fries?
But no, regular price. Buy one,
Okay.
get one free. Any thick burger, regular price.
Wait a minute.
You get a free one.
So you and your son could go to Hardee's, and you buy one burger and you get another burger free.
Yeah.
It's
called
this
a
is a
BOGO.
good deal. BOGO, Blue Water Grill, Duck Inn Car Wash, Mama Maria's Fisher Auto Parts, Weller's Red Barn, and then Milford Dairy Queen, $1 off any Blizzard. So you can buy one and save $1.
I'll be burning that one up this summer.
I'll be burning that one up. So these are $15 a piece. They're available at Weller's in Bridgeville. It's a Weller's discount card, and it's good till December 31st, 2014. You've got all of next year. So you want a good Christmas gift, this is it. This is one size fits all. Buy 1, buy 10, buy 20. You cannot buy more than 480 because that's all I got left. So anyway.
But if you do, you'll order more.
I'll order more. So anyway, this is one of the best discount cards. Quite frankly, we designed it, and we picked the businesses that we wanted to be on there, and this is a heck of a deal. So,
and I bet you picked the yellow, so when it's in your wallet,
it stands
easy to
right
find.
out. Yeah, I did not want you to have to struggle. So anyway, they're $10 today till 1 o'clock at Weller's in Bridgeville.
$10?
$10.
Says
No,
15.
I know. 15 is going to be what they are Monday. So the normal price is 15. So
you can get them for $10.
Yeah, just today, though.
Wow.
I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do that ongoing. But well worth it. You use it twice, and it's paid for itself. So, again, what a great gift. Folks, I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas. I pray God's blessings on you and your family. Have a safe and happy holiday season. Don't forget, the reason for the season is really about Jesus. Other than that, God bless you. We'll see you next week, and have a fine day.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Displayed a handgun, threw the victim on the ground, and stole his shoes and money. The second happened Monday night when 3 subjects knocked on an apartment door and displayed a gun threatening the person. 4 teens were identified as suspects: 18-year-old Antonio Bynum, 16-year-old Michael Stevens, 16-year-old Matthew Brown, and 15-year-old LaQuinn Johnson, all of Harrington. Johnson turned himself in, being held at the Stevenson house on $12,000 secured bond.